Jessica Coulter here, and this is one of my contractors, Cynthia Dove, and she's joining us for another video, so I'm glad to have her. And today we're going to be talking all about remote learning or e-learning or online learning, whatever you might know it as. So today we just want to give you some of Cynthia's viewpoints and let you guys know kind of the secrets you might not already know. So if your child is participating in e-learning, online learning, whatever you guys are calling it, let us know. Tap that like or heart button for us just to let us know this message is relevant to you, and you know, we know what's going on, you know what's going on. So before we jump into all of that, again, in case you're wondering who we are, my name is Jessica Coulter, and I'm the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I work with students in the 3rd grade and beyond, all the way up through adults and grad school. I specialize in the ACT, proofreading, and middle school math. And Miss Cynthia here is an English teacher, but I'll let her tell you about that.
Well, hi. I teach reading right now at high school level out in Junction City. And this year we have already started school, been in it for about a week, so that's one of the things that we'll talk about. I teach remote classes. We call them remote, and brick and mortar classes both. Also BAM, if I should say that. So brick and mortar is BAM, remote classes. And we're going to try and share some of the information between things that Jessica has seen with her students that she's tutoring and things that I'm seeing in the classroom.
Alrighty, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on to those 4 secrets. So the very first thing we want to talk to you about is typing.
Typing, you're sitting here going, what's that got to do with anything? Well, if you've got a remote learner, your remote learner has to be able to type. I did a straw poll in my class, both the remote classes and the classes I teach, and in every class, even though I teach high school, I have students who've never taken a typing class. When you have remote learners who have to type papers, who have to type to participate in class while I'm meeting with them, if they can't type, then they're already behind. And it has nothing to do with their intelligence or their ability, but you need to get your kids either enrolled in a typing class, taking a typing class online. Jessica can probably give you on her site or in her Facebook referrals to several typing programs, but your kids need to learn how to type. Besides that, it's not just a school thing. They'll need typing the rest of their life. Think about it. You probably type something every day, whether it's at your bank, whether it's to get into your garage, whatever. You need that skill.
And like she said, if you are looking for some resources about typing or anything related to school, you know, 3rd grade through, like I said, adults and grad school, I've got all sorts of free resources as well as paid resources available in my group. And if you'd like to join that group, I'd love to have you. It's called Students Aiming for A's, and the link's in the description. It's facebook.com/groups/A's for students. And all you have to do to join the group is click on that link, answer a couple questions, and I'd love to have you. So let's move on to secret number 2. And Cynthia's now going to talk to us about engagement and learning.
Now we're talking about remote learning here. And I have a class that one of my classes has 19 students in it. And in order to communicate in that class, we use microphones. And I have the power to shut off the microphones to all of them at once. But it's difficult to, and I can do one at a time, students as well. But in order to have communication and to have discussion, I like to have those microphones open. The problem is the students can't see each other to see, oh, I was going to answer that, I was going to talk. When you're in a live classroom, they can do that, and so they can treat each other with more respect than they do here. The other thing that happens is they start in a chat box. I can give an assignment that tells them put something in the chat box so we can all see it. But they're also able to chat with one another privately, and so you start hearing the keys clicking, and they're talking to each other, and it has nothing to do with class, but I can't stop that. I don't have that ability unless I turn off the chat box totally, and then I can't get the answers I want. So you need to understand that it's harder to see every student and to see that they're engaged in the classroom, that they understand what's going on, because on a computer, I can't walk up to them and tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, you need to get back on attention. The best I can do is try and talk to them through the computer, and it's not the same.
So that is 2 of your tips for you. And we would love to share more with you, but we just want to do a quick check-in, make sure you are enjoying the video, which is our goal, And we also really hope you're learning something. If your child is doing remote learning and these are things you haven't thought about yet, let us know. Click that harder like button for us, drop a comment, let us know, thank you so much, or this is how I'm helping him with his typing, or this is how I'm keeping him engaged. We would love to know what you're doing so we can make sure other kids know too. And feel free to share the video, no matter if you're on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever. We want to help as many students as possible. So, third secret here for you is all about accountability.
Accountability. If you've already gone to work and your child's supposed to be in class at 9:20, we'll say, do you know they're in class? Or how about, I have a couple students that do this. They clock in and they think that because they clocked into the Zoom meeting, that's all they had to do, and they leave the meeting. Or my student, I have a sleeper. The other day, I was talking to him via the computer. His dad heard him because he was home. He came up and watched it. We watched the whole class, got to watch them wake the student up on the screen. So accountability means that they're in class, that they're engaged like we just talked about, but that they're also working, that they're also doing the assignment. I can't always tell you that because I can tell you I'm Zooming, just like we're recording this lesson now. Zoom does that type of thing, but I have them do their actual assignments in either Schoology or another program, and I don't have the ability to do anything more than see they signed in. And like I said, they can sign in and fall asleep, and I don't have any way to know any other than they signed in. So ask your child to show you that they've done their work. Make sure they're accountable. Check their grades, because most schools have automatic or electronic grades. You can check those every week. And if you have any questions, as a teacher, I would tell you, send me an email now. Don't wait until it's time for grade time. Email me now.
Definitely. If you have questions, that's why teachers like Cynthia exist. They're here to help you. They're here to help your students. And then tutors like myself are here to kind of bridge that gap. I mean, I created my group because I know a lot of people are homeschooling now. They're thinking maybe this remote learning thing isn't for me, or maybe, in-person schooling just isn't an option. Whatever your situation is, we're here to help your child learn. And maybe you are, the student. I mean, mom and dad or an adult watching this. Whatever the case, we want to help you achieve your dreams. We want you to get that A in class, to graduate, to get whatever career choice you want. So that is why we're here. That's why I have that group. So definitely join my group if you haven't already. And, if you're still in school, awesome. It makes us excited for you. And we have one more tip we want to share with you. So the very last tip is really all about asking for help. So I'll let Cynthia tell you some more.
And this applies to every student, and Jessica's right, because I went back to school when I was an adult in order to get my bachelor's and then my master's. So by all means, any student, these apply to you. The last thing, like she said, asking for help. If you're in a Zoom classroom or a remote classroom, I can't see you when you don't understand something. I might be having to focus on the kid that's talking, that I have to try and mute his microphone, but I can't see your face when you're like, I don't know what she's saying. I don't get that ability to say that or see that like I can in a classroom. You can't reach over to your classmate. You can't go, hey, how do you do that? Because your classmate's right next to you. So, number one, you need to let the teacher know that you need help if you don't understand something. You may not want to do that because you don't want to do it in front of everybody, because you can raise your hand. I guess you can't see me raise my hand in class and say help, and the teacher comes to you and you can whisper quietly to one another. That doesn't happen in the remote classroom. Yeah, you can privately chat, but that means you have to be able to type, which we've already talked about. You have to be able to explain what you don't understand in written words, which is tougher than saying, I did it to here and now I don't know where to go. That's a lot harder to do. So you need to ask for help, and that means asking for help in class. For me, if I have time, I can help you after school, but I got to tell you, this this remote learning thing has increased my workload. I work an easy 60 hours a week, and that's not 60 hours with part of that time helping students do more. So that means if you need help for something you don't understand, it's time to go to somebody like Jessica, whether it's looking on her site because she's recorded so many videos to help you, or to say, hey, I just flat out don't know how to do this. She may be your answer.
All right, guys, that is sorry. Those are the 4 things that we want to share with you all about remote learning. We just wanted to make sure that as the school year starts, whether it has already started for you or is getting ready to start, and especially if you're doing hybrid or remote learning, we just want to make sure that all the parents out there know what is really happening with these Zoom lessons, online lessons. We just want everyone to know that it's not as easy as you might think, and some of your fears and stress is real, but there are ways to manage it. There are ways to make it better for both you and your child. So if you're looking for any other help outside of your public school, private school, whatever you've chosen, join my group. Again, I know I'm pushing it, but it's free. I would love to have you, and if you join my group, you'll get all those resources so your child can have a great school year, so you can have a great school year, and you guys will reach your dreams. I mean, you'll make whatever you want happen, and I'm here to help, and so are teachers like Cynthia. So, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Here I am giving her a new name. So, thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Hopefully, Cynthia will join us soon.
Bye.